Synchronicity happens for a reason. There are no accidents and no coincidences. We are part of a grand master plan. Whether you acknowledge a higher power in your life or not, you have certainly encountered coincidence. The spiritual world, of course, thinks a step further here and sees in coincidence the hand of God or the universe. Patterns are recognized, so-called synchronicities. They are one of the many languages and signs from above, which should make clear to us the presence of our highest self. But they also have very practical sides. Coincidences always happen at the right time. We meet people, again, who can help us best at the moment. Or we see very clearly before our eyes where our next step should lead. Nothing in this world happens without a reason. What chance can be for good, we would like to show you here a little bit. Number 1. Coincidence is ready when you are. If you don't like the term synchronicity, you might like the well-known play on words better. Coincidence means that what is finally due for us falls to us. One could also turn the tables. Certain things happen only when we are ready for them, or have reached a point in life where we are evolving. For this, it needs then a cosmic kick in the backside, or at least the shifting into the next gear. We will not always be able to do this without any help at all. The good powers, which constantly have an eye on us, then send us ways and means in the form of good old coincidences. This one has many faces. However, they and their messages are recognizable only to those people for whom they are intended. The thing that gives us the greatest pleasure in synchronicities is not serendipity per se. It's the perfect timing that couldn't be better. Number 2, you have it in your hand. God and the universe love doers. People with a hands-on mentality are exactly the target audience of the highest authority because they want to take life by the horns and shape it according to their own ideas. So if you want to get ahead, whether professionally or privately, take the first step. Bring down the first domino and act. It often takes minimal first initiatives to get truly great things rolling. It is exactly the same with the coincidence or the stroke of luck. This will play into your hands if you do not lay them idly in the lap, but let them set the levers in motion. Whether a chosen path is the right one for you, you will recognize by the fact whether the coincidence is inclined to you or not. If suddenly everything speaks against you, let it stay. However, if doors open to you that were previously closed to you, this is a heavenly invitation to go through. Number 3, seek happiness in misfortune. Chance in our linguistic usage is predominantly positively afflicted. However, there is of course also its evil twin, the misfortune. We can't talk ourselves into it, there's no question about that. And yet every tragedy, every drama, and every personal loss brings something good with it. This theory will sound cynical when you're being battered by the storm and your life is in shambles. Recognizing what the good in the bad was takes time and will only become clear to you when your pain has subsided to a tolerable level. Synchronicities are not our enemy, but they sometimes come wrapped in a black cloak of the way, which promises little joy and confidence. We will realize the meaning behind it only afterwards, and we will be very grateful for it. Number 4, you will not always get what you want. Not every coincidence delivers exactly what we hoped or dreamed for at first sight. Sometimes we look around quite a bit to see what this detour of life is supposed to mean that is thrown in front of our feet. God and the universe do not pursue evil intentions with it. Also, one will look in vain for a weird kind of humor behind their dodges. Their task is not to entertain and to please us. Their job is to protect us, sometimes or quite often even from ourselves. So if you set your mind on something that, seen from a better perspective and with more distance, would be anything but good for you in the long run, you will be denied that thing. Number 5, synchronicity sometimes plays for time. You surely know the saying, good things take time. It applies above all to life, and there most of all to the really, really good things that we desire with all our hearts and for which we literally pine. Why the favorable coincidence demands such a long haul from us, we don't know. Probably every day until then is a single lesson for us, which should grow step by step into a meaningful whole. For example, we can meet 1,000 people without getting to know the one. On the other hand, it has also happened that 2 people have fatefully met on the top of a lonely mountain or in front of their own front door. God is powerful. The universe is all-encompassing. So why should we doubt that a great deal of good still awaits us? What we need for this, apart from a long breath, is a lot of patience and above all, a lot of trust. Anyone who has already had the opportunity to become acquainted with the magical workings of the universe will find this exercise easy. Also, for God applies. If He did it once, namely good, He will do it again. Let yourself be surprised. Coincidence is a nice wave of the fence post that subtly points out to us in passing that someone else is pulling the strings in our lives. Call it divine plan, universal order, fate, or karma. You won't escape this fantastic construct that was a done deal long before you were born. The hand you are dealt is non-negotiable. How skillfully you play your cards, however, is up to you alone. Use it for each favorable moment, which seems to fall to you. In truth, only what has long been drawn for you will be redeemed.